Detroit drummers, there's a certain power and a certain approach that we take to playing, and usually it's go for the throat. And I went for the throat that day. I rocked my guts out. And the best part was getting to play drums behind Ozzy again. And I thought Ozzy did an amazing job, and it felt great to be up there with him again.
Rock, metal, prog, and everything in between. Welcome to this episode of Talkin' Rock with Meltdown. Don't forget to follow the audio-only Talkin' Rock podcast on all podcast platforms. And now, it's time for today's conversation. Here's Meltdown.
So I texted you earlier and I said, man, are you going to be ready at noon? You're like, come on, man, we're Detroit brothers.
Well, I was ready. Now it turns out you weren't ready.
Well, and then, wait a second. Hold on. We're an hour behind. So you were ready for another 45 minutes here. So
see, Detroit way.
It all works out.
An hour early.
My camera was screwed up, and then you thought it was an hour later. So anyways, it's all good. So how's things?
How are you? I'm rocking. How you doing, Meltdown?
I'm doing great, man. So I just wanted to talk to you about this Back to the Beginning show because, I mean, obviously this thing was massive. I mean, explain your feelings on this whole show.
Well, gosh, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. And when I got there, I found out what to expect. It was the biggest gig of the century.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how they pulled it off. And it was quite the event, of course, to celebrate Ozzy and the wonderful music of Black Sabbath. Ozzy as a solo artist and also him with Black Sabbath. So, I mean, as awesome as it was, what a shame at the same way that it's all ending, you know. But it was wonderful to be there, and the vibe was awesome. It was packed with rock and roll fans, and I was one of them, and I was happy to get to play on stage and blast away, and it was just a real great time. And the best part was getting to play drums behind Ozzy again, because it really felt really good, and I thought Ozzy did an amazing job, and it felt great to be up there with him again. That was the most special part for me. Of course, was playing.
Yeah, of course. Now, I'm trying to think, just as we're sitting here talking to you, I wonder how many people that were at that gig had a chance to play with both Ozzy solo and Black Sabbath.
Gosh, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you're in a rare breed. That's rare air right there.
I guess so. You know, I got to see the Sabbath guys, and I got to hang out with them a bit. And it was nice to see them, of course, and it was wonderful to watch them on the side of the stage and be that I was that much a small part of what they did. So it was my pleasure.
That's great. So how many shows did you play in your career with Sabbath, and how many shows did you play with Ozzy? Do you have any idea?
I don't know how many, but I did. You know, I've been with Ozzy since 2010, I would say, and then I did two full tours with Black Sabbath that were maybe 85, 90 shows each over the course of a year and a half, 2 years for each one of those tours.
Wow, that's incredible, man. And, you know, just thinking about it, like, you know, sometimes I'm in situations where I'm like, do they realize I'm just a kid from, like, you know, Western New York, and now I've spent half my life here in Detroit, and you're just a kid from Detroit playing on one of the biggest stages, maybe in metal history for sure.
Yeah, I mean, to me, as amazing, it's Ozzy's special day. It was Black Sabbath special day. To me, I was just a cog in the wheel and happy to play. But for me, I just want it's a job, and I want to go up there and kick ass for Ozzy, who I'm playing for. And it doesn't matter if there's 40 people or 40,000 people. You still give it the same effort, and you always play like it's the last gig.
Yeah.
And that's why those guys are up there doing it with all those people watching, because they always approached it like every gig was the last gig.
Yeah. It's just mind-blowing to watch. Then, of course, to see all the legends that you got to rub elbows with. Obviously, you probably know Chad Smith, right?
Yeah, I talked quite a bit with Chad Smith.
Okay, so obviously another Detroit guy.
Sure. He's just a little bit richer than I am.
And he's probably played on 897 more projects.
Yeah.
Now, Chad's great. Did you know him growing up here?
I did not know growing up. He's way older than I am.
Okay. Yeah, because you're 45, correct?
I am, yeah. That was just a half joke, yeah. No, I knew Chad. I met Chad maybe a couple times when I was younger and throughout the years. But, you know, you do share that camaraderie when you're from Detroit, of course, especially with the drums, because there's something, you know, us Detroit drummers, or some of us Detroit drummers, there's a certain power and a certain approach that we take to playing, and usually it's go for the throat. So that's what I do all the time, and I went for the throat that day. I rocked my guts out.
Man, I mean, it's just so incredible. As I was watching it from afar, I had a chance, like maybe this much of a chance to go over there. It was the day after my 25th wedding anniversary. I did spend a few days with my wife, but she was going to let me go. She's like, "Yeah, if you want to go,
You
go."
you passed the test, Meltdown. You didn't go. See, she just laid it out there for you to hang yourself, and you didn't grab the rope. Good boy.
Yeah, right. But anyway, so take me back to the day that you get a call, and I don't know whoever called you says we're doing this last Black Sabbath show. Do you want to be a part of it?
Yeah, Ozzy just texted me and he said we're doing this gig and I want to have you. And I said I'm there. And that's as quick and easy as it happens.
And when are we talking about? How long ago was that?
Maybe that was maybe 5 months or something. I don't know, to be honest with you. I can't put a date on it, but something around that. It was a bit before people knew there was a gig.
Yeah, obviously.
Um,
Yeah, I was going to say obviously before it was announced. Zach and Pantera just played here last night. Of course, you're up on stage with Zach. Mike,
sure.
I mean, they're just such a great band.
Yeah, we rocked. I mean, and we only did one rehearsal and it was great.
Yeah,
So I mean, we're all pros, and we came up there and we did one rehearsal, and we went up there with Ozzy. And I just got to say that Ozzy is so great. He can entertain a crowd, and he proved it through sitting in a chair, through sitting in his throne for, his unfortunate health circumstances. He is still entertaining, and he still has that charisma to reach out to the audience of 45,000 people and be the best entertainer there of the evening. And I can honestly say that. So to witness that and be behind it was awesome. And I'm so proud of him. That's a I'm not so proud of him. I knew he was going to go out there, and I knew he was going to do it because he wouldn't go up there if he couldn't. I knew he was going to be great, and I knew the people were going to get a great show and show the respect, and he was going to give them what they wanted. And that's the thing that's unto himself. He has that charisma and that voice that you can't put an explanation of why it's great, other than it's just God-given talent that makes him great.
Yeah, that's you're right. His voice is so melodic, and
Yeah. And if you notice, when there was other people singing some Ozzy songs on the thing, as great as they are, as great as anybody is, it doesn't sound right unless he's singing.
yeah,
There's very few singers like that. So it's just the sound of his voice that's unto itself that it cannot be duplicated. It will not be duplicated, and there'll never be another Ozzy Osbourne.
now, that being said, I thought that Youngblood kid was awesome.
Oh no, he's very talented. I'm not saying anybody's not talented. I'm just saying
Right.
there's a characteristic of certain performers that keeps them in the game through trends, through styles, through age categories. That's something to be said for that. It's really talent that keeps you going.
Now, were there any musicians there that you met for the first time?
I'm sure there was. I'm really not a good mingler. I'll be honest with you. I'm the worst mingler. I feel like I'm at my high school dance standing against the wall. So I feel like a complete idiot. But when I get behind the drums, I feel comfortable. So I kind of mind my business and I do my gig, and I was there just to play drums and have a great time. But of course there was a couple of musicians. I can't think of any that I haven't met. You may have met people and you don't really know them, but you say hi or you're nodding. There's a lot of people there. Brian May was there. Um, Axl Rose. I never met Axl Rose. I met him that night.
Oh, that's cool.
And he was very nice. And I had met the guys from Metallica, so I re-met them there. They were all there, and what pros they are, and everybody was in a good mood, and everybody was in a good positive spirit. And Mrs. Osborne, Sharon, put on a wonderful event for her husband. If you think about it, what a testament to their relationship. So it was super cool.
And by the way, their anniversary is on July 4th as well.
It was, yeah, the day after.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I found fascinating was that Axel had never met Ozzy or vice versa. I thought that was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's a small world, but sometimes when you're traveling and if you don't do gigs with somebody, you may never ever meet somebody,
Yeah, it's
you
just
know?
I think when Appetite for Destruction came out in the late '80s and stuff, that the singer of the band wouldn't meet a legend like Ozzy for almost 40 years. That's crazy.
No, it is pretty wild, yeah. But they did it, and Guns N' Roses was great. All the bands were great. Metallica was great. Metallica's a machine. They're a finely well-oiled machine. And the original Sabbath guys went up there. It was fun to watch them go do it and play their four tunes. And I just hope they all had a great time because I know the audience had a great time.
Yeah, and Chad, of course, represented Detroit Rock City very
We
well.
did. I stood right next to Chad as we watched Sabbath together on the side of the stage.
That's so awesome. Yeah, Chad's great. So let's switch gears here a little bit. So what else you got going on for the rest of this year? You sent me a couple songs here today. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Are you kidding? That's why I'm here. I'm not talking. I don't want to talk about anybody else. I'm just waiting to get to me.
All right, let's talk about you. What do you got going on with your band?
Well, I sent you two tunes. What did you think of them?
Well, I sent you back that one. I said it sounded like Blackfoot on steroids. I mean, this is like
I'll take that.
yeah, straight ahead, like in your face rock and roll. Like I'm listening to these songs and I'm thinking this could be played on like a jukebox somewhere in the South, just like straight ahead, just rocking songs.
Well, Meltdown. What else would I be doing?
I
You
was,
know what I mean?
yeah, that's right.
Because I want music, my music, which sounds stupid, but it is my music. I came up with the tunes and I want to make hard driving rock and roll because I don't hear enough hard driving rock and roll. So I'm going to get into it with you because I challenge Riff Rock Radio. I'm going to send these to your program
Okay.
director and I want to hear them on the radio. I'm telling you, and don't you agree with me? Once these people hear these songs, they're going to go, oh my God. It's the kind of music that you go, this is what I need to hear.
Yeah.
Literally, it's recorded all as a band, all as a group, no overdubs, no click tracks. We didn't even wear headphones, totally 100% live. And that's what it sounds like.
Where did you record this stuff at,
I,
Tom?
I recorded it in my home studio in my rehearsal place. We all got together, we set up our amps, and we did it on our own. No
Wow.
producers, I'm the producer. But when you work as a group and you work to get that magic take as opposed to perfect performance, you want to get that energy on tape. And I think we really captured it. There's a tune called My Baby Likes to Rock and Roll, and there's a tune called My Wild Child. And we're going to be doing a bunch of gigs coming up here with Ted Nugent in August, all in Michigan, and we're going to be playing the new tunes, and have copies for them for everybody. So hopefully, who's the guy at the Riff who makes the decisions? What's his
Jade,
name?
I'll tell her about it. Yeah.
Jade, I love you, baby. I'm telling you, the Michigan gals and the Michigan guys want to hear Tommy's Rock Trip new songs. So there's enough plugging for myself. So, but we're going to be doing a bunch of gigs with Ted Nugent, who
Yeah.
I also used to play for, and we're going to be opening up the show for him. I think we got one, two, three, four, five gigs we're doing with him. We're playing Saginaw, we're playing Ludington, we're playing Paw Paw, Michigan,
Yeah.
and then we're finishing up at 2 nights at Paw Paw, and then we're finishing up at the wonderful Freedom Hill.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna try.
Speaking of freedom,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there it is. I think that I'm gonna head out there for that show for sure.
you
I'll try
you
to make
have
some
to.
notes. Yeah, I should have Meltdown's rock and road trip and take my Harley Davidson up to
Absolutely. My music is biker rock to the max, baby.
it is. That's right.
In
That's
fact, you sent me a message because I wore a Harley shirt on the Back to the Beginning concert, and I kept getting these messages from everybody's, oh, the dealership, it's 90 years old and they're trying to get a hold of you. So I finally got a hold of them, and they're sending me out some of their new shirts. And I think Tommy's Rock Trip and bikers go hand in hand. So we should go play the Taylor Harley Davidson. Nothing's more rock and roll than that.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, play everywhere. Play one of my
Everywhere.
anywhere.
Absolutely. Oh, and also we're playing September 12th here in Nashville. If you're happen to be down here, you should come on out to that one. That one's going to be a total riot.
Where's that gig at?
It's at a place called The End. It's like a legendary punk rock club where all the up and coming bands, whether it's the White Stripes or,
Oh, no kidding.
different bands have played coming up. So we're going to go knock the walls down in this place.
That's great. So all those gigs in Michigan coming up, and
Yeah,
yeah, I talked to Ted. Well, Ted talked to me a couple months ago.
of course. How about Ted Nugent's energy? How about his wit? How about his quick brain? I mean, he is
Yeah,
on it.
yeah,
And these guys, he's 77 years old. It's awesome. It's
yeah,
really true. The music does keep you young. If you really give it everything you got, it keeps you sharp, you know?
yeah. And I think I asked you last time. His current drummer, Jason Hartless, has been with him for about 10 years. You know Jason, right?
Of course I know
Yeah,
Jason. Yeah, what a rock beast.
yeah. He's down in your neck of the woods now,
Is he? Okay, cool.
staying down there. But,
Everybody's down here now. It's the new Los Angeles. I go to these coffee shops with my wife and I go, $12 for a latte? What the hell? Everybody's on. I'm like, get me out of here. I moved down here for Waffle House and Dunkin' Donuts, and that's where I stay.
I thought you were going to say you walk into a coffee shop, you're like, I played with that guy. I'm on that guy's record.
No, 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 no. Get me out of there. I like the simple things in life. Except I do want to go to Kids Rock's new steak restaurant because I was just in Michigan last week visiting my father. It was his 70th birthday. And one of my favorite restaurants in my hometown was Cruise and Muir. And we went there
Hmm.
and it was great as always. And Kid Rock's joint is connected to Muir, isn't it?
Yes,
I
yeah, yeah,
believe it is.
yep,
Yes.
yep.
So I gotta go have a ribeye there. It's on my priority list.
Yeah, that opened up since the last time I was down there. But you were here in Detroit, and you texted me that you were at that Henry Ford. Like for people that don't
Oh,
know,
right.
you're
Yes, I was with my daughter.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's an unbelievable place to visit. The Henry Ford
Oh,
Greenfield
great.
Village.
Come on, Greenfield Village is wonderful. I took a picture of my daughter in front of the chair that Abraham Lincoln got shot in.
Yeah,
You can't do that anywhere. And had to tell her, maybe you shouldn't smile so big because it's kind of a,
yeah.
the guy, and she didn't quite get that. Her big smile with missing teeth. But the picture's great. You could still see the blood on the chair, but it's pretty amazing what they have there, Greenfield Village.
Yeah, and I
I
think
highly,
they have the car that Kennedy was shot in.
Yep. She took that. She made a whole book report that she's going to show her third grade class coming up here and get extra credit for.
That's great. So what else is happening with you? What's going on with the Dead Daisies?
I'm doing a run with those guys in August. It's a 3-week run. I get home on the plane and I go directly to Michigan the next day to start the gigs with music. So no stopping for me.
Wow, that's awesome. And I was just talking to Doug. I think I might have even texted you a question about that, but he just reaped your praises, of course. So those guys love you in that band as well.
They better.
And they just put out that blues record.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see if I wasn't on the blues record, so
Right.
when we play some of the tunes, we'll see if they come off how they're supposed to be with me on drums.
Okay, yeah, it might be a little bit of a different take on them. So, well,
But
let's,
I mean, with some attitude to it, baby.
that's right, some Detroit rock and roll. So, well, Tommy, always great to connect. Let's hook up in August here, and good luck with the Dead Daisies thing, and of course the new tunes as well. Rockin', man.
Tommy's Rock Trip. Check it out, everybody. Detroit rock and roll lives. Meltdown, I love you. Detroit, I love you. Everybody, I love you. Thank you.